Okay, I am so excited to show you how to make these trees. It's wintertime, it's Maine. I can't do a lot of gardening outside, but I can make trees for the inside. And I've got two here that have a Valentine's theme. And this one is just one I did that's so pretty. Great winter tree, blues and whites. Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. What's really cool about these trees is that they're hollow on the inside, so you can put fairy lights underneath. This one, I kept the top open so you can stick things in. You could put a bud vase underneath and have flowers coming out. So many things you can do with it. All right, so the secret to making these trees, you're gonna love this. Dollar store, or maybe it was Dollar Tree or Family Dollar, I don't know, one of them. They have these chopping mats and they're $1 something for two. Watch. So you take a chopping mat and there's a very shiny smooth side and a side that's a little rougher. We're gonna want the rougher side on the outside. Get some packing tape. I suggest that you have a piece ready to go. Oh, of course it's not coming off right. Why? Should have done that ahead of time. All right, you don't need much. Good enough. Okay, now, you're gonna take this takes a little finagling, and you're just gonna roll this kind of like this, and you can't get this wrong, and so you're basically creating a cone. See what I'm doing here? Very easy. And then tighten it up. You want the top to be as tight as possible. And then take your tape over the piece and just tape that on there. And you want to try to get this as smooth as possible. Bam. See that? Okay. Then you want it to stand up. So get your scissors and just kind of cut around the base. Look at that. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. That's fine. These are trees. I'm gonna try a little more. Stay till the end of the video because I'm gonna show you, after you get this all done, what I use to seal everything, which is important. And also, please subscribe to my Maine Gardens video channel, my Maine Gardens YouTube channel rather. Okay, so there, you get the idea. Keep playing with that until it's steady, all right? Then, once you're happy with that, you're gonna start gluing things to this. I recommend before you do that, you take double-sided tape, which is double-sided tape, and you just tape all around the cone. Because what that does is it helps whatever you're sticking to your tree stick better. So just keep going around and around. Doesn't have to be pretty, and just kind of overlap it. Try not to have too many bumps and just cover that with the double-sided tape. Then decide what you're gonna use. I used those clear base filler stones with the flat side. I love them. You can get this at dollar store. You can get them at any craft store. Go to the floral section, and you'll find them. These are fun too. Little pearls. And if you want to play with the Valentines, you can do actual hearts. So what you're going to do is you're just going to start, and there are no rules here. You're just going to take some glue and you're going to start gluing and go around and around and around. I like using crazy glue for this. I find that it holds up pretty quickly. but if you prefer, you can use a glue gun, and you just are gonna keep going around the base with your first layer, first row rather. Try not to glue your fingers, I've done it. And you just keep going. And again, the tape helps hold it there while the glue sets up. And then the second layer, kind of, once you have that first layer, you can start standing it up. It's a little easier to work with. And you put that on, and you just keep going and going and going and playing around with it. Okay? Like that. As you get higher up and the tree gets a little thinner, you're gonna wanna use something smaller. So you can see on this one, let me show you what I did here. Oh, the fairy lights fell out. On this one, I used the large glass pieces. Then I changed it up and went with a different, kind of a cloudier glass, which I love. And then as I got higher up, I went to all hearts and just glued them on. Now, you're not gonna cover the entire surface of your tree. Don't worry about it, because after you get everything done, and it's gonna take some time, I would glue a row or two and let it sit for a while. Then I'll come back to it and glue another row or two and let it sit for a while. So, you know, I made this in a couple of evenings after work, and I love how it came out. Then, if you have spaces in between, and you will, that's where I glued in some pearls just to fill in some of the gaps. This one, when I got to the top, I covered it. And the way I did that, you can take one of these, a large one, and glue it this way to cover it, and then put beads or whatever you like around it. I put a couple of hearts on top and some pearls around it. Just play with it. Make it your own, no rules. I'm just sharing what I did. This one, let's not break it. That would be a bummer. This one, I left the top open, okay? So you could, again, put this over a bud vase and put some flowers in it. You could put something like this in it. You could put lollipops in it, Valentine's Day, whatever you want. And this one, I started with the red beads, and then I went with the clear beads. Red, what do you call these? I don't know, you know what I mean, these things. And then I did the clear, and then I had some smaller clear glass that I used. And then I added some pearls. I just played around with it, okay? So when you've got everything set up like that, the final touch is glitter. And I know, you either love it or you hate it, but oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So what you wanna do is get a baking sheet, go far, far away from the rest of your family. And I'll show you what I did. This is why I like this super glue. You take it and you just put super glue in between and around the stones, okay? And then you take your glitter and you just shake it and rinse and repeat. For this particular piece, I only did this section in glitter and I left the rest. This one, what I used down here, what's this? With these, this vase filler white stuff. See that? Isn't that cool? And then, again, I super glued, dropped it in, let it fall. And then I glittered the whole thing. Okay? So again, you take the super glue in between and you just shake on the glitter. Then what you do is you let it sit for a while on your baking sheet or tin foil. Let it dry overnight. And then what I did is I took a toothbrush and just went like this and got off all the extra glitter. If you see any glue anywhere that you want to take off, little light, fine sandpaper works really well. It's another tool I used. So yeah, it's really fun. I love the blue one too. This is so pretty in a window. When the sun hits it just right, oh my gosh, the colors are gorgeous. So this is all just blue glass with some clear glass. I covered the top, closed the top, and then I did glitter all over it. And I'm obsessed with it. This would also be gorgeous with fairy lights tucked underneath. I know. So the final tip, when you have it all done, and this worked really well, especially for the one with the hearts, you want to seal it. I use this acrylic sealer gloss finish. Fast drying, non-yellowing, seals and protects for indoor and outdoor projects. This is what I use. Do it outside. Follow the instructions. It's pretty potent, but it really did seal the glitter. It sealed the hearts. Everything is sealed. You know, as you go along, something might fall off. You just glue it again. And you just play with this. Have fun. But again, it just starts with dollar store cutting mats. Roll them up, put some double-sided tape on the tree, and then just start decorating it with whatever you want. I want to try one with buttons. I want to try one with sea glass. But for Valentine's Day, hopefully this inspired you to make something cool. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this. If you do try this at home, let me know. Share a photo, share a comment. Let's see how it worked for you. Aren't they gorgeous? Aren't they cool? They're just so cool. All right. I'm Deb, my Maine Garden's Kitchen. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have fun with this. Bye.